Hey guys, welcome back to Spooky Island, and today I'm going to be doing a video dedicated to Demon Slayer Season 4 to the HASHIRA training arc. Now this is going to be a non-spoiler review for the movie. Obviously, if you don't know, Demon Slayer have just released a film or two episodes in the cinema. One which is the final episode of season 3, and then the other one which is the first episode of the brand new season of Demon Slayer, the HASHIRA training arc. Now, like I said at the start, this is going to be non-spoiler. If you don't want to know anything but you still want to know whether it's worth watching and everything, and then this is the perfect video for you. I've also did a vlog which does have some spoiler scenes in, as well as I'll be doing a spoiler review on the channel as well. You can check both of those out in the Demon Slayer playlist. There's a lot of stuff dedicated to just Demon Slayer on the channel in the Demon Slayer playlist. But we're going to get straight into it. Now, I am going to cover certain aspects of this full thing. I'm not going to touch anything on, obviously, the last episode of season 3. Everybody has seen probably multiple times at this point, but it was probably the perfect episode to put in obviously the way that they have done it, the final episode, and then the first episode. They did the same last year with the final episode of season 2, and then the first episode of season 3. Both episodes are probably the perfect way to show. Now, I am not going to touch on any spoilers in the first episode of the HASHIRA training arc episode, but off the bat I will say the opening, without going into any details, the opening of this episode is very, very big, very, very big, very, very cool. I will say that there are, may or may not be, some HASHIRA who go on an adventure, and that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything, but there is an opening like that, which is quite a cold open, I would say. Very, very big, and in terms of the bigger story of Demon Slayer in general, is going to be quite big moving forward. But if you guys want to know what exactly it is, then check out my spoiler review where I'll cover that in detail. But all I'm going to say, the opening to the first episode was very, very cool. Now, after the first 10 minutes, that is more of a 5 to 10 minute scene. The most of this episode, towards the end, it starts to build up, but most of the big point of this episode is obviously to kind of get everyone back together. You are, reliving or rediscovering, re-seeing characters that weren't really in season 3. Obviously, we didn't get much, or if any, of Zenitsu and Inosuke in season 3 because of the way that the show was obviously, that season was obviously done, the arc of that show. But obviously, like I said, we get to see characters in this episode we haven't seen since season 2. We do end up seeing, I don't believe this isn't a spoiler, because obviously we know we're going to see the HASHIRA. This is the HASHIRA training arc. We do get to see every member of the HASHIRA. There are scenes that are very, very funny. This episode is very, very well done in the way that it manages to balance the kind of seriousness of the ending to season 3, and then the kind of funny aspect that Demon Slayer always has. There's a lot of very, very funny scenes. There are a lot of quite well done scenes as well. We get to see, like I said, a lot of characters that we haven't probably seen for a while, probably since season 2. There are a lot of quite well developed, I'd say, relationships between not just the HASHIRA, but then some of the fan favorite characters, obviously, like Tanjiro and Nezuko. So it is quite a good episode in terms of, this is the big episode that you're going to want to watch and you're going to want more of, because it's very well done in the fact that there are so many aspects to this episode that you kind of we don't want it to kind of end in a way, because like I said, as soon as we see this episode, we're going to wait a week and then we'll get episode 2 and episode 3, so forth. So overall, very, very good episode. Probably for the opening alone, it is worth seeing this in theaters if you can. I will say seeing the end of season 3 was very, very cool in cinemas. Very, very cool to see that on the big screen. But to see this new episode, I really, really like. Now I'll show you guys my like I said, I don't actually live in America. I live in the UK, but I have been on holiday for the last few weeks, so I saw that while I was on holiday, which is why the vlog, if you want to check out the vlog, I did actually do a vlog on the channel. The vlog is actually in Las Vegas, which is very, very cool, and I really enjoyed doing that. So and I'm not sure if my girlfriend is watching, but if you are, then thank you very much again for everything on that day, which is, we actually went on the 23rd, which I believe was the official worldwide release of the Demon Slayer World Tour. So again, back to the non-spoilers. There isn't really much I can say apart from the fact the opening is very, very cool. A lot of this episode is very kind of you know, getting back to seeing characters we haven't seen before and having interactions with people that we haven't. Obviously, we haven't really seen much of the HASHIRA, except from kind of season 1 towards the end of season 1, where Tanjiro met up with the HASHIRA, and he saw obviously Nezuko, and we had a lot of, you know, scenes to do with that. But this episode does that very, very well. There is a few stories that the HASHIRA told to do with the story going forward. They are quite big scenes in terms of, like I said, the story and the lore of the whole, you know, the HASHIRA and stuff like that. So going forward, they will be quite big. And the ending of this episode, I'll end it on this. The ending of this episode is quite a big cliffhanger in the way that it sets up the rest of these episodes, and especially episode 2, very well, because it's a scene that could almost be an end credit scene, because it is a very, very big setup in the way that it's going to probably have quite a big payoff and quite a interesting scene. I did not think they were going to end this episode that way. So yeah, I am very, very excited. I think this is going to be a very, very big season. In terms of the whole season, this could be a massive one. So I am very excited. I have actually recorded. Now they didn't show the opening of this season at the start. They played it at the end. So if you guys do want to see, I might try and upload it. I don't know if it's going to get copyrighted or not. It might get copyrighted. I might not be able to play the audio. But if you do want to see that as well, then let me know. But I'm now going to do a spoiler review. If you want to check that out on the channel, you can. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. So thank you very much for watching. Take care and peace.